Hi guys, welcome back. Mage with me, Sid, and we're on the Mage server. And when I logged in the other night, I wasn't recording. I was just doing some grinding. It was a rather pleasant surprise for me. A little present for the other Ars users. Ars, not Ars. So yeah, there is an arcane spellbook, courtesy of Chris. Although he's not admitting to it, he's kind of pretending that he's not thing. So soulbound, so let's get my spells out and transfer them over to heal, missile spell. I really need to make a better missile spell than that. What are you? You're dry, and then you are bucket. So yeah, that is Soulbound 1 apparently. Now I have seen when they have spells in, these don't always work. Let me just get you. So we'll see how that goes. Obviously I don't intend to die, so that kind of goes without saying. Now but thank you very much, Chris. Greatly appreciated. Thoughtful gifts. Obviously, Chris has been hammering the snot out of Arcane Guardians. Sure. The plan for today. I've not really done a huge amount since the live stream, so obviously now we're catching up. We're back in continuity errors, but we are going to do Thaumcraft. We are going to get that sucker started because I've been putting it off and putting it off. So I'm going to need a couple of you, I think. I'm going to need some of you. I'm going to need some of you. I'm going to need some glass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That should be enough. So we need, for Thaumcraft, a Thaumanomicon, which I found in a dungeon chest. Glass files, I'll make a few of those because I will want them anyway, and I got enough out for 2 lots. And they will make scribing tools, which are obviously vital for research. Now the other thing we are going to need to do is I'm going to need a bit of great wood. Somewhere in here I have some great wood. It's great. I think that's the beastie. Let me have a look. Or is it? Hang on. I need to check my. So they're saying, you know, this stuff is. Let's have a look. Is pretty bread and butter, but you don't come back to it very often. So basic one craft. We need a workbench, and we need to make a stick. And some iron caps. And then we got the arcane workbench we need. But let's get the so I don't need the great wood for this at this stage. Go away, we don't want you. However, we do want you. Right, a bit of iron. I need 2 iron ingots. Can't believe I just put 2 iron ingots away. Not 5 minutes ago. When I was tidying my inventory, and now I need them again, so just goes to show you. So we need 1 and 2, and that gives us our iron 1 caps, and then we just do this and that. So that's a wand. You can tell by its wandiness. I'm going to need 1, 2, 3, and let's just use some of that. Thump, and thump. We need a bookshelf. We are going to need the Thaumanomicon I found. Not the Thermometer I found, not the Thaumanomicon. That was actually in a grave, one of the players' graves, and I can't remember who it was now. I told him I'd got it, and he said, yeah, I made another one, keep it. So we've got the thermometer, which, if we look in the research, you do your research, you need a research table, and then you can make a thermometer, which is pretty straightforward stuff, fairly cheap. You got the old things, and we can refill those with ink as and when we need them. And then we've got combining aspects is mentioned, and the research puzzles and second research and yada yada. There should also be somewhere abouts Thaumanomicon. Oh, that's for the bookshelf, isn't it? Oh, hang on then, that's not right. Didn't need the bookshelf. Put it away. I've got a Thaumanomicon. Knowledge fragments, aspects. Now where is the bit that goes and tells me how to make the table? Or as a nodes? No. Alchemy, that's a crucible, which we will need to get into, but that's a way off. Oh, here we go. Artifice. So we need to make the table, which is basically slabs and wood, and the arcane workbench is that, and that is 2 of those, like that. So, slabs. If I were a slab, where would I be? Slabs. Let's have some more slabs. I don't think it really matters what wood these are, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Grab those together. And that should be pretty much it in terms of preparation. Now, Thaumcraft is one of those things. Now, the actual research, if you can hear paper rustling, I'm getting my handy dandy research guide, because I've done this so many times now that the thrill of researching things and finding out what has gone, you know, knowing the order of things to scan. So for example, if I go and say get my thermometer and were to scan, nothing can be learned from there. I need to find something vanilla. Oh no, that's not going to work. Oh god, find something. The only problem with using all of this stuff is all of these vanilla items. That's cobblestone, and it says nothing can be learned from this. Sugar canes. You do not have the knowledge to understand this. So you kind of go around, nominally you would go around and you'd scan stuff. Now I've just scanned dirt there, which has given me terror. But terror is a, what's the word? Prime aspect, I think. Primary aspects. Aspects of magic, primal aspects. Air, terror, earth, and basically all of the other aspects are made up of those, and then other aspects are made up of those, and yada yada. So I've got so many research points in various things, and I can go around scanning stuff. And if I get the right order, then I will be able to understand all sorts of wonderful, wonderful stuff with me so far. Now, I personally now don't really get off, as I say, on that aspect of research, because I've done it so many times. I don't really want to be doing it again. So I have my little research guide. Now, basically, you research a whole load of the stuff in here, plus a few other bits and pieces in the correct order, and bang, Bob's your uncle, and the world is a good and happy place. Research done. So let me pop one of them there, and then we'll pop these 2 here. So the first thing I want is an arcane workbench. Bing! Arcane workbench. Sorted. The other thing, in fact I don't actually need the wand on me at the moment, so you might as well just sit in there. The other thing we need is a research table. And you right click with the scribing tool on 2 of those, and you get your research table. The scribing tool goes into it, shows you what aspects you currently understand. You can combine aspects and find new aspects and yada yada. But we'll come back to that. So let me just arrange my inventory a little bit. So I'm going to do, these are in the correct order. So we've got coal and a bowl. So we do those 4, and if I just put that in my 9 position, if I just chuck it on the floor, get my old thing, scan it, and it says I've discovered a click to new research, and I have discovered Lux. following looks, we can go on and we can say, let's go and scan that. Now some of these will work in different orders. So there's Saxum, that's Perdito and Saxum that we discovered. So we've now learned another one. Then we go for coal, and that gives us ignis and potentia, and then a bowl, which if we scan that, that will give us vacuous. Now let me just go and place these out the way at the bottom here, and let's go back to the research table. So now you can see these are our new, we've got stuff going on here. We've now got potentia, and potentia is a combination. Now at this stage we don't actually know what makes up these various aspects, because we haven't done the research to actually give us that knowledge. However, the next thing you need to, or the next thing that is really useful to know, is Victus, and Victus we can't get through scanning at this stage, so we are going to have to combine Aqua and Terra. Combine those, we get Victus, which is life. So we know that Victus is made up of those two. Now, had I tried to scan these seeds at that stage, it would have failed. We would have said you don't have the knowledge, because the seeds have Victus in them. So let me just grab the next few items, and we will throw them on the ground, give them a bit of a scan, and that gives us granum. Bit of grass. Now you don't have to have it in a block form, you could have just wandered outside and done it. I've just happened to have it because of my silk touch spell. Wood for arbor. Trapdoor. Hang on. Gives us arbor and motus, so we've learned a new one again. And finally, iron ingots will give us metallum. And we've discovered another clue for new research. So again, get rid of this lot. Now the next bit, you can do this one of two ways depending on where you are. You can do research and you can combine Victus and Perdito, and that will give you mortis, and then you could scan mossy cobble or sandstone to get precantatio, or you can make a potion of weakness and scan that. Then not a golden lasso, strangely enough, there's something in the golden lasso. Then we've got soul sand, then we have paper, rotten flesh, flint, wool, and we'll come back to the rest of them. So again, oops, we're doing exactly the same. Throw that out, scan it, and you can see we've got mortis and precantatio from scanning that one. Now here is our experimental subject number 1. Thank you, experimental subject number 1. You may go back in your little home. I'll eat you later. So soul sand will give us spiritus and blah blah blah, vinculum, that's the word, the trap. That's the little jewelry trap one. Paper for cognito, rotten flesh for corpus, I think, of, and humanus, so we get both of those. So we're kind of building these up in the order that you would have to research them. You don't good to say it's not 100% this order, but this is just my little list that I use every time. That gives us Fabrico and Panis. So we can go and put this back. Get rid of all this lot. Just try not to mix them up, because I don't want to do, well, yeah, obviously scan them out of order. And then milk, and then obsidian. Now after that, this lot can go in any order you like. So we'll just do these quickly. Fames and Messis, I think it is. Yes, Messis. There's your Sano with a whole load of other stuff. That's your bucket of milk and obsidian for Tenebrae, with a few other bits and pieces. They can now just go in there. Let's go and get these down. Now, as I say, these can go in any order. So we'll throw that one down, do the hoe, and that gets us, the hoe is for the little sickle one. What's the sickle called again? Meadow. Then we can do Spidey Eye. Gives us the venom aspect. We can do Ethereal Essence, that will give us Aurum. Fence Gate. That's Mechina, I think, off the top of my head, and Ita. So Machines and Travel. This is Jellum, I think, off the top of my head. Yeah, Jellum. No, it's not Jellum, it's Limus. Diamond. That gives us Lucrum and... where are we? Lucrum and Vitreous. Obsidian Totem. Gives us Alianis. This is Jellum. Snow. Well, icy, cold stuff. Sometimes, as it would be known. So they can all go back in there. We've got that, that and that to do, and then there is 2, let me just get this right, there's 3 more that we haven't done here, and then there's a few which are specific to this mod pack, because we've got the well, I can't remember what the hell it's called now. It'll come back to me. So iron pickaxe for the mining aspect. Any old piece of armour for Tutuman. Arrow for Tellum. Tutuman armour, Tellum, attack. So that's the basics. Now the other thing we need to do is we need to go over here. Now you'll see straight off the bat we've now got a whole bucket load of stuff. What's Neil saying? Need to add a Tinker's Golem. Like the High Golem from the Steelworks. Yeah, so what we want to do is we want to combine air and aqua, and that should give us Tempesta, which is, tell him, no, are you not giving me Tempesta? I thought you were supposed to be Tempesta. Tanabri, tell him, no, I didn't. Air and aqua. I'll double check that one. That should be Tell him. And you can see also down here there's a whole scrolling list of things trundling down of what I've researched. So the other thing we need to do is I need to go to some taint. Is it daytime? It is. So we need, I better re-equip. Now we're there. Especially if we're going for taint. I've cleared a bit of this and made myself a little hedge. I'm doing some gardening up here. I haven't really decided what I'm doing with it all, but now if I remember rightly, I think there's some taint over that way. It's not normal to go hunting for taint. But yeah, I will be back with you once I've found it. Righty ho, here we go. This is not something you would normally... Oh, hang on. Before we... Oh, tentacle. I can see one waving there right now. Let's just go and have a look what's in this tree before we go and get ourselves into... Oh, nice. Nice, nice, nice. Got that. Don't want that. Right, so taint. Taint on this server is the spread should be turned off. Should be. But what you will find is one of the aspects is the taint aspect. And if you scan that, there we go. There's some Victus. Not Victus. Vitium, I think it is. Oi! Have I just been... Oh, I've got tainted. No worries, I'll live. Now, if you wanted to actually catch taint, I would recommend having either a backpack or golden bag of holding or something that you can pick up, because you're going to have to come over here. You can see it's eating that tree. It's vile stuff. And you're going to have to basically kill it. You'll see, hey, I've got tainted again. You'll see that is the not a pleasant stuff. So what we need to do is we run and grab it, right click, place it in your backpack, get it out of your life. And then it shouldn't actually affect you because it's not in your inventory. And you will find it useful for a few things. You can distill it for its essences and stuff like that. But what we need to do now is head over. Can I? No, I can't. Not with that because it takes damage. So that was taint spiders, little baby ones. Look at them. Look at them go. Where's the rest of them gone? Come on, you sillies. They're not particularly nasty, but they will kick your ass if you're not careful. Now, the only other thing we could do with seeing is if I could find a taint swarm, but I'm not seeing. No, go away. So I was hoping to get some of the taint blobs. No, it's not going to do it. Anyway, it's night time, so time to head back home. I'll keep that in there. We don't need it. We've scanned the actual taint. So the last thing to scan out of all the items is either a skeleton or a zombie, which is going to be normally with this, especially with this mod pack, because of the selection of good mobs. It's a bit harder, easier said than done. But what we can do is we can run down here and we can scan some drops. So we've got Witch, we've got an Enderman. We get anything from the Witch? No. What about you? Damn it. I don't want a Witch, I want a skeleton. Come on. I might have to, the problem is, as you can see, is I'm being overrun by bloody witches. Oh, sod off. I should be able to get something from skeleton. No? Oh. Oh well. Right, so I'm going to need a zombot then. Or a naturally spawning skeleton or something like that. And that is to get Examinis. Let me deal. Oi! Skit. Alright, come on then. Come on then. Where did you get that dirt from? You. And he didn't even give me it back. The sod. Right, I need to go and figure out why I'm not able to scan undead. Oh, there's one in there. You obviously picked it up en route. I really want... Oh. No, can I try again? No, it's not letting me learn anything from that. That's interesting. Oh well, that's a pain in the backside, to say the least, but a bit of experience anyway. Right, well I'm going to do the next step. The next thing we need to do is pretty much scan every damn thing we have in our inventory. Not this inventory, the inventory. In my chests, around my buildings, we're going to scan everything. So, scan the lever, scan stone brick stairs. You may find that modded stuff doesn't scan very well. You may scan. Yeah, we got a bit of something from you. Can we do a statue? No. But basically, scan everything you can find. No, ours is not got any scan stuff. Crafting station. So these have. It's interesting how some of the Tinker's stuff has actually got intrinsic scannable value to it, and some of it doesn't, and that's peculiar. No, because that's been manipulated. That's not going to be compatible. No. Not glass, nether wall, please. Oh, new aspect there. That's one of the ones from the infernal stuff. Now you see we can scan that. That's all working. Anything else to scan? Scan grass block. Botania is not going to give me chat diddly. Scan a chest. Vacuous and arbor. So what we're doing is we are building up research points by scanning everything. And it's a bit of a tedious process, I'll be honest. It's not fun, but I am going to basically go and empty my inventory and my cupboards and stuff, and I am going to scan everything. Everything humanly possible to scan is going to be scanned. So 7 arbor there, some arbor there. You'll end up with more arbor than you'll ever need. Looking for a painting, actually. Painting, yeah. Oh, new bit of research, something found. Armor stand, probably nothing from that. And it's just basically scanning everything that you can lay your mitts on. Everything, I mean everything. Right, well, I've got a lot of scanning to do, so I'll see you in a little while. Right, well, I've scanned quite a lot of stuff. Pretty much everything in my chests. You will always find things that you forget about, but, you know, really, in fact, for example, wand. I haven't scanned my wand. So scan it, get the research points, because you're going to need them. Now the way research works in this, and I'm sure if you've been with me through the Mage series and, you know, Ars Magica and Magic Farm and all the other ones where we've done this, this is nothing new to you, but you have got basic information. You can see here we've got something showing that there's lots of information I've found, and these are basically all the essentials I've found, and you can see what makes them up. You can see the items you've scanned to get them. I mean, I've even scanned my armor, taken that off. Haven't got much Vitium, of course. It tells you how much research points you've got. Now, I would always recommend before running off and making all the clever stuff and getting into the Thaumic Tinkerer and the Apocrypha with all its blood magic stuff and links in there, Lord of Hellfire and the Thaumcraft Extras stuff. This is all good stuff, but you need to get the basics. And the first one I would suggest is research expertise, which basically will give you more research points, the ability to research quicker. And these red ones, you'll see they say click to get a research note for this research. Now, just to point out, this one is also click to get a research note for this note. These ones, these triangular, my voice just went all cracky then. Let's try and find there. You purchase these. You can see that it says click to purchase this research, and it's a 5 panas and 3 precontatio. Fairly straightforward. But I would always start off here and get the research. Get down. You don't necessarily need to go down to here, which is the Tome of Knowledge Sharing. It's useful on a multiplayer server like this, but these two are the bits you need to go. And then when you need to start getting your one charged, you are going to want to go down this way. So, research expertise. You need to have paper in your inventory, and which will give you a research note, and you need to have scribing tools. Pop your scribing tools in there, pop your research note, and you can see I've researched so fast this thing is still scrolling. And basically the idea is you need to connect these up with what's the word I'm looking for? The right essences. So it's quite difficult at this stage because you haven't got the links in. Now there is a website called yithri.github.io/TC research, and I've mentioned it before. It's a Thaumcraft research helper, and in there you can select the version. We're on 4.1.0G, and we are going to want to go from Auto. Let's have a look. I'm just running over Auto to Cognito in 1, 2, 3 steps. So you tell it what you want, you tell it your 3 steps, and you go find connection, and it basically suggests that to go from Auto you need to go to Instrumentum, which is, and if you got it right they'll join up. Instrumentum to Fabrico, Fabrico to Humanus, and you'll see they link up. Now if we want to then link Census to Auto in 3 steps, where is it? Finding the connection there. So Auto goes to Gellum. Gellum goes, oh, we haven't got Tempesta. God damn it. Alright, a Tempesta is made up of, must be made up of, let me just try something. Gellum and air. Tempesta. So Gellum to Tempesta, and then Tempesta to air. And once you've linked these up, they don't have to go, or you could go across here if you wanted. You could have gone to Humanus to Census or Instrumentum. Any way, as long as those all link up, you get your research note. Simple as. Right click that, go into your Thaumanomicon, and you can see now research expertise is highlighted. We now have the access to research the deconstruction table and research mastery. Research expertise, you become more efficient at performing research. Whenever you remove an aspect that you placed in a hex, there is a 25% chance that you will regain the research point. You're also able to see what aspects you need to combine to create an aspect you're hovering over. Now this is pretty critical because this makes it now quite easy. When you're wanting to do your research, you can actually look at what makes up them to get them down. The Research Helper is a brilliant tool. I use it all the time because I've done this so many times now. I don't want to play the minigame, but other people do. And it's been a server environment, the minigame element of it is, you know, fairly critical. So, yeah. So that is research. We can obviously start moving forward now with the Thaumcraft. There are a couple of things I want to get to. I don't know whether we'll be able to see them. In Artifice we want to get the Goggles of Revealing. That's early doors. I want to get the Bone Bow because that is absolutely brilliant. Advanced Thaumaturgy, I have got no idea. Golomancy I'm not worried about at the moment. Alchemy, not too worried about at the moment, although this is going to be pretty critical later on. But we will want to start getting into one foci and one cause to improve our wand efficiency. So yeah, anyway, a slightly more tedious episode this time, certainly less eventful than the live stream. And thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.